Welcome, welcome. Thank you so very much for tuning into my channel. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Sadie. If this is your first time here, welcome. And if it's not, welcome back. So today I would like to talk about baby steps we need to take to change our mindset. So as many people who know about the stock market, there are just as many people who know nothing about the stock market. Um, Before I go any further, I do want to say that this is not meant to be financial advice. It's just things that I've seen in my years on this earth. Hopefully, something I say here might help someone change the trajectory of their life. So, I would like to go back to talking about the stock market. It does seem as though the main consumers of goods are also the people that don't necessarily know the most or anything about the stock market. I see a lot of young kids running around having to get the latest, and not even young kids. Young gentlemen and ladies out there who have to get the latest, say, Nike or the latest it thing, gladly spending that $250 to pay or $200 to pay for a pair of tennis shoes and know nothing really about the business of Nike. Another example is people that are going, say, to places like Disneyland. Spend all their hard-earned money, and there's nothing wrong with Disneyland. I'm just saying, if you're going to, say, these places like Disneyland, the movie theaters, taking even a flight. These are things that we do without thinking twice, and we need to probably just take some time out to think about, well, there is a business model behind this, and these people are making money. At the Disneyland, the Nikes, the whatever it is that you consume the most of or consume, we need to think that there's a business behind that brand that we're buying, and they are making some significant amount of money. This is where the stock market comes into play. I do believe that if we can just take that time out, maybe say if I buy 4 tennis shoes a year at $200 a pop, maybe I put one of those $200 to the side and try to see if I can buy, say, Nike stock or Reebok stock. And if we take flights on a regular basis, or even if we don't take flights on a regular basis, you just watch the news and see how much people are flying and traveling. Or going on cruises, for instance, then you say, well, let me put a few dollars to the side and try to see how I can maybe buy stocks. And a lot of people seem to think it's really hard. I know that I've been asked questions before about how one goes about starting to invest, and it is really, really simple. One only has to open, say, a brokerage account and there are numerous ones out there. There's E-Trade, there's Webull, there's Robinhood. There's just quite a few places. All one needs to do is type into the internet. Again, as I said earlier, the internet will give you all the information you need. You type into the internet, I need a brokerage account, and you will get a list of places that you can open a brokerage account. You can do that from the comfort of your home. You apply, or you fill out the application, you get an account, and you have to fund it. And all that means is you have to attach one of your bank accounts to that brokerage account, so that when you want to fund the account, it'll come directly from the account that you have now linked together with this brokerage account. If we are running around here with the latest iPhone, which is a lot of us, we should be invested in Apple. If we are running around here in the latest Nike shoes and outfit, we should be invested in Nike. If we are taking flights on United Airlines, maybe we should be invested in United Airlines. There's a reason why we selected, say, the United Airlines, the iPhone, the Nike, because we think that's the best. It could be Reebok, Puma. I'm not saying Nike is the best. I'm just saying that there's a reason why we are using the items that we're using. There's a reason why we're consumers of those particular brands, and that's because we think the brand that we are using is of a superior quality. And if we think that, maybe we should be invested in that company and, be a part owner. We see people waiting in line for 10 minutes for a cup of coffee from Starbucks, and there's a reason why. That means that there are that many people standing in line waiting for it. It's not just my 10 minutes. There's other people that have already given their 10 minutes. And it shows that it's either a good business, if you drink Starbucks, I don't, but it shows that it's a good business, and maybe something that, the few dollars that I spend every day, maybe if I put aside some of that money and I put it into, say, Starbucks, I'm at least a part owner of Starbucks, and hopefully will make some money as the years go by. So if we think about companies and brands that we use the most, it can at least give us a guide as to maybe where we start in investing. Now, again, with investing, we need money. So one needs to think about, well, maybe I need a set way of putting away some amount of money. So let's say we start off by putting just $50 a month to the side. Every month we go and buy those stocks that we find appealing, that we use the most of, just to start our portfolio. Now, there are certain ways that one can go about investing. A person might want to just get dividends paid back to them, so they would invest in a company, say, that pays back dividend, like Apple, Nike, any of these really main businesses or companies pay back a dividend. And dividend is basically where the company pays you back for investing in their company. They pay you back on a quarterly basis a certain amount of money. It's not much, but they pay a certain amount of money. And what happens is, if you then have your brokerage account in a way where it just reinvests whatever the dividends is, now your, say, the one stock that you bought eventually will snowball into two, because you're getting paid from the company every quarter a certain amount. And if the brokerage company is automatically buying the same stock again, your stock numbers are increasing. Another way of investing is investing in companies that are considered to be growth stocks. And this is the one I find more appealing for me. Companies such as Tesla, a company such as Nvidia, a company such as, there are many companies out there that do not pay dividend. The thing that you are getting from a company like this is the thought that at a later time, first off, it's going to take a while to grow, but when it grows, it's going to grow in such an exponential way that it's going to be worth it for you to have put your money in it from the onset. So the difference between, say, a dividend company or company that pays out dividend and a company that does not is, generally I've noticed the companies that pay out dividend, they don't grow as fast as, say, a company that does not, that's a growth stock. Not all growth stock companies are such that are going to grow or are growing at this point, but they do have the potential to grow quite a bit. And it only takes a few dollars to start. Again, as I said, you get your brokerage account and you have your brokerage account linked to your checking account. There are so many things that we waste our money on. I do know that I wish I was savvy in my 20s and 30s with money. I wish I could have been introduced to the stock market or investing at an earlier time, but it happened when it happened, and I'm very thankful that I learned how to invest. There is a lot more that goes into investing, but again, one starts with $1 and you move from there. I'm hoping that I'm giving some information to a person out there who might be interested in investing in stocks and just does not know how to do it. Get online, do a little bit of research, open a brokerage account, and start. You have to start somewhere. You start with that $1 or $50 or $25, whatever it is, and you will notice that as you do it on a regular basis, month to month, you will notice that you start looking forward to investing. You start thinking to yourself, well, do I actually need that pair of tennis shoes? Do I? Or maybe I could do without it and get me some stocks in that company. Do I need that extra cup of coffee? Or do I need that cup of coffee when I can just save that money for the month and invest it in the company that I was standing in line for 10 minutes to buy a hot beverage? Once again, thank you so very much for tuning into my channel. I'm hoping that I've been able to help someone out there that may have had questions on how to go about starting to invest. As I said, it takes only a few dollars to start. I'm not affiliated with any of these brokerage companies, and I am not a financial advisor. I know that I, at some point, needed answers. I did not know exactly how to go about doing it, but I went online, got myself a brokerage account, and the rest was history. It doesn't matter how small we start. The most important thing is that we start. If there are brands that we are faithful to, there must be a reason why we're faithful to the brands, and maybe we should start investing in those companies. Once again, this is Sadie. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Please like my video if you did like it, and subscribe and turn on the notification bell. And I will see you on the next one.